Go.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Texas on Tap. Miss Helen, along with producer Kyle, and getting back used to this again since we took that week off last week, which you planned it
Yeah,
perfect
it
because
seemed like it worked out for you.
I could not have recorded anyway, honestly. So, in case anybody's wondering, we had a whole bunch of water come in from the Alberto that was 400 miles away. But when you live on the coast, you get the storm surge, and East Bay was in our front yard again and everywhere. So, yeah, no in or out for 3 days here.
Man. Yeah. Whenever you sent me those pictures, I was like, oh, wow, we picked a good week to take off. I mean, we ended up getting rain for like 3 days straight, kind of just misty almost in Austin, but I felt for you guys down there. It looked pretty rough.
It was not a lot of rain. It was all storm surge. And so then a lot of cleanup and then the prep before and after because we did have some wind. So everything had to get pulled inside and pulled outside and then trying to coordinate with guests I had coming into the VRBOs
Yeah.
because it was like I wanted to make sure that they could not drive all the way from we had some from Austin, some coming from well, kind of the Houston area, but to drive all the way and then not be able to drive into the beach entrance and into ours, that I would have felt horrible. But that was fun. I like
Mm,
seeing success. It was like win-win, did it,
yep.
conquered it,
Yep.
no
Yep.
maght what.
All right. Well, let's jump into some tunes. You eager to go or you want me to kick it off?
I am eager to go because
All right.
y'all, there's so many radio releases out there. Like this was so hard, but I'm gonna start off with Paige Lewis has her new radio single out. It feels like home, and of course, I listen to all her music, and this is from her Under the Texas Sky album. It's one of those that makes you want to kind of snap your fingers and hold hands with your special one. It's called Feels Like Home. And what does feels like home when you're with the one that is your love? Well, it feels like walking through the door. I'm gonna try not to sing this because I listen to this song all the time. Taking off my shoes, you're like listening to the rain, tin roof singing, hanging in the yard, front porch singing. And when I'm with you, time starts slowing. I can breathe again. It's just one of her really kind of hip and cool, kind of snap your fingers and sing along song. Paige is just amazing, and so that's a great one. It's out to radio, and now we're gonna open the tap room door for Jon Stork. Anywhere. That's Jon Stark's new release, Anywhere. It is out to streaming
Boom.
also. I listened to that all last weekend, and it's like, oh my gosh, where do I start with this song? Of course, love Jon Stork to death, but giving too much of a damn ain't got me anywhere. You don't pay none of my bills. I love the line respects earned, not given. Nobody wins when the dealer deals, but it's like, yeah, anywhere.
Yeah, that edge is just awesome. It's so aggressive. And just a quick little sidebar, there's a really, really awesome music video coming out that was produced by our friends at Release Rocket. So keep an eye out for that. I think they said July 13th. Super cool vision for it. Fits exactly with this song. And it's just, man, the first time I heard this tune, it took me back to the way that I felt when The Ride first came out, which is still our intro song for the podcast. It just got this like
Yes, I thought
angry,
the
badass
same.
edge.
Yes, yes.
Good stuff, Mr. Stork. All right, moving on to mine. Let's see. We'll keep the tap room doors open, and I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be shameless this week because I want everybody to hear this. I dropped a new song last week on our week off, and so it's my brand new song. It's called Take It Easy. I just wanted to share this one with the world. It's different, you know. That's
Hmm.
that's that's really what it is. It's experimental AF, as the kids would say. This song was so much fun making with Tim and the boys in the studio. I always tell everybody I thought this was going to end up being like a super country, almost like a Johnny Cash kind of like train song, and it ended up obviously being something completely different. Like it's hardly a country song. It's like very experimental indie rock, whatever you want to call it. Still very much in line with our red dirt world, and it seems like people have been digging it. So I
Hmm.
just wanted to
Hmm.
share it with our audience, and hopefully you guys like this one, and maybe hopefully if anything it will help you expand your horizons a bit and kind of branch out and maybe find some new artists that sound similar to this
Yeah.
song.
Well, and I have something to say about it. And it's like lyrically, I thought it was amazing. And you kept me listening, kept me going. And there was so much emotion there. And there was so many little touches to the song, but yet there was also these amazing touches to the song as far as on the producing side. But I love the part about the line when you're standing in line. But you'd be better off without me. I don't even want you looking my way. And I like the part, "Wrote this all in a letter and packed you a lunch, and then there's that mess that you made." So, I mean, it's just
Yeah.
such a catchy song, and it keeps you hanging on from the beginning to the end, and you just did amazing. You just keep getting better and better and better. I mean, it's
Well,
like,
thank
now
you.
what's he gonna come up with next? Like, I'm like, "Okay, this song was good, everything's been good," and then you hit us with this, and I'm like, "God dang, Kyle, you're on fire."
Well, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'll go ahead and tease it. The next one's an acoustic song, so
Oh, cool.
back at it with a big old crazy change. And that one will be out in about 6 weeks. So keep an eye peeled for that one. I'll start teasing that one here pretty soon. And I also have a little music video in the works for this song, "Take It Easy." So all kinds of cool
That's cool.
stuff, all kinds of
That
shows,
is
and
cool. Yeah,
things
you
are
got
happening.
lots of shows, lots of good shows. I've been noticing that.
Yeah.
Trying to
Yep. Been trying
in
my
my in
best.
yeah, good stuff. Okay,
Well,
so where are
let's
we right now?
let's get back to music real quick. I've got one more left, and we're going to talk about our buddy Cooper Mohrmann.
Oh
He just dropped one
my
called
god.
God, it's a tongue twister. God, Gold, or Glory. And Cooper sent this over to me a little bit early, and he, once again, like it seems like everybody's on top of it with the music videos lately, but he sent me the video that dropped today as well. Awesome video. The song is so badass. He's keeping the rock and roll vibe going with this song. Right out the gate, the imagery is incredible. Like there's a pistol hidden under the tree. I love the tremolo on the guitars. They're like sludgy and there's like chains dragging in the background. It adds this like dramatic dungeon, crazy, like just super epic thing to this song that is such an epic story to begin with. So
Yes, it
perfect
is.
execution all around. Music videos great, everything. Fantastic job,
Yeah.
Cooper.
Well, it had me just like mouth to the floor. And it's like, and I understand that he was inspired to write this when a World War II veteran told him, you have to choose between God, gold, or glory. And that's where he came up with the concept of the song. And it's just
Oh
like
yeah.
a great one to listen to. Put it in your playlist. And oh yeah, that song I feel like will be one of those songs that will be around for a long time. And it'll be a go-to song.
Mm.
But man, his voice, he's just Oh, Cooper. And has he become a dentist yet, or is he still at school?
That's a great question. I don't
I
know
bet he's
actually.
still that boy, he just does it all. He does so much.
Yeah, he's been hitting music so hard. It's hard to imagine him doing anything else. But yeah, we'll have to check in with him here pretty soon.
Okay.
We'll talk about our friends at More Than Music Creations real quick. And on that note, we'll do a little bridge here. But if you go over to TexasToastPodcast.com, we've been talking about it for like 2 years, but our merch store is finally live. Forgive us the
Uh,
wait. But yeah, that's
finally.
all
It's all in
there.
timing. It's all in
We're
timing.
we're still kind of piecing some stuff together. As always, you can find the Texas Toast line of More Than Music jewelry on morethanmusiccreations.com. But shortly we'll have that up on our store as well. But all kinds of cool stuff happening with them. They've got all the artist lines that we always mention. But if you haven't checked them out, now's the perfect time. Go check it out. Go see what's going on. I'm sure they've got all kinds of cool summer stuff going on as well. So head over to morethanmusiccreations.com. Awesome people. We love them and they support us. So you guys go and support them if you love us as well.
Yes. And check out the new merchandise. Have you ever wondered how artists like Treaty Oak Revival, Red Clay Strays, and Aaron Watson maintain the high quality and high demand for their merchandise? CH Lone Star Promo is the answer. Created in Texas to serve Texas artists, and they're currently offering 15% off on all merch orders from musicians. Visit chlonestarpromo.com to get started and tell them Texas Toast sent you.
I was reading the other day that it takes at least $1 million to break an artist. That's a ton of change, and it can feel overwhelming. But with social media leveling the playing field, you just need an effective strategy to release your music. Check out Release Rocket to ensure your single does not die after release day. You've already put time, effort, and tons of money into writing and recording your album. Let the guys at Release Rocket keep your new release alive.
I didn't wear my cap today. This was sitting right here. I grabbed my Bubba Wesley cap. And plus I had pink on and this really goes good with this cap
Yeah.
goes good with so much. Love Bubba. But I was gonna say so many people ask me about our trucker cap and now you can go and get it. I like constantly get stopped or somebody will, ask me about that. So now we can all get our Texas Toast podcast hats. So kind of looking at what's popping and topping on the charts Texas Country Music Association chart for this week. Flatland Cavalry again at number one with Don't Have to Be Like That. They're also number one on CD Extraction Texas. And looking at Texas Regional Radio Report, Ben McPeak is number one this week with Hurry Up Whiskey. So that's like a super duper quick look at the number ones. And there's so much going on with, of course, we cover the streaming and we cover, the radio releases going out.
Well,
I just started looking down and it's like so many songs are just busting up
I've
and it's
got
a
so many to mention.
me too. Couple of mentions. Case Harden he has a radio release and it's busting up the charts already. It went so fast I couldn't keep up with it. The name of it is Just Drive. And what I found interesting about this song is Case had a hand in producing it also. And it
Mm,
sounds it's still Case Harden style, but it's kind of like another level. And it's one of those songs that you just want to put it on, turn it up loud, and it's out to country radio. Reckless Kelly just dropped a new single.
yep.
Keep Looking Down the Road, that's coming up from their new album The Last Frontier. That's a couple of that I did want to mention, but there's so many. I even saw some more this morning coming out. So that's what's great about our business. I mean, it's like nobody's sleeping. Nobody's
Nope.
letting grass grow under their feet. It's like you, Kyle. You keep putting the music out. Everybody's putting the music out, and that's what makes it so freaking awesome. Like you can just, I mean, I'll just put my phone on play, and it's just rolling with nothing but one good song after another. So, I guess I'll
Hmm.
just stop right there because there's just so much to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's keep it going. Add all these to your playlist and keep them spinning and keep it playing while you're asleep. Turn the volume all the way down. Silverado just dropped their self-titled album today. Caitlin Butts dropped the full-length
Right.
album today. Jake Bush dropped a single. Kate Watson dropped a single featuring Darren Morris. Will Carter Band dropped a new single today. Joe
Hmm.
Major dropped a new single today. And then last week we missed quite a few, but Rich O'Toole dropped his album that we've been talking about for
Yes.
months,
Yes.
and Lane Smith dropped a single. So just to name a few, it's
I mean,
crazy out here. It's
that's
it's the
and that
wild
is
wild
just
west.
love it, love it, love every minute of it. And speaking now, I have a huge announcement to make. This is like, okay, this has been the coolest thing after having such a hard week last week. I got a phone call this week and I'm on the phone and this person that's very dear to me, I'm talking to her and she's in the radio business in the area. Anyway, so she's talking to me and she's like, "Hey, didn't you mention something to me about that Chad Cook band?" And I'm like, "I love the Chad Cook band." I said, "What's up with Chad Cook band?" Well, they're gonna play at the fairgrounds on Wednesday, like the next Wednesday. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Because I had already planned trying to get to Greek Brothers to see them Saturday. They're playing Greek Brothers coming up tomorrow night. And so this is Wednesday, July 3rd. And it turns out they are playing at my fairgrounds. There's a big bull riding going on. So I get to go see Chad Cook Band and also do the stage intro for them, hang out with them, talk to them. And of course, they have Smoke and Mirrors. Their new radio single is out. But I am just so excited. So I got on their website and I got me a t-shirt real quick. So I got a Chad Cook shirt.
Hey,
It's coming in the mail. And
nice.
they're going to be here and hopefully I'll get to spend some extra time with them. But I'm excited. Like I've been telling everybody, it's like if y'all haven't seen and you don't know, you it's great. It's July 3rd. It's not actually on the 4th. There's some great bull riding, barbecue going on, Matagorda County Fairgrounds. You need more information, contact me. It was like last minute and I didn't know the promoter was listening to me on speakerphone. And check this out. He was like, my gosh, he said, "You have me so excited." He said, "Tell me more about this Texas country music." And I said, "I don't know who booked them, but y'all did a great job. I don't know who was responsible for that." And he goes, "Well, it was actually so and so or so and so somebody else." But yeah. So anyway, I got a big Wednesday, July 3rd coming up right here.
Mm, very cool. I'm looking forward to that for you. I wish that I could be there, but man, that's gonna be a
I
lot of fun.
know. That would be so cool. Yes.
Okay, well, speaking of announcements, we've got another pretty big announcement. I've kind of teased this a little bit, but we've got a brand new partner on the show. A couple months back, somebody reached out to me from an app called Jam Nation. And since then, we've become good friends. We've met in person, we've talked, we've collaborated, we've tossed around all kinds of ideas. And starting next week, they're going to be a new partner for the show. And if you head over to jamnation.com, you can check out all they're about. Basically, it's a fan interaction app. So it's a way for artists to connect with their fans in ways like never before, and vice versa. As a fan, you can get access to things from the artist that you've never been able to get access to before. So head over to there, check it out. Australian based company, but they're all over it in the United States already, kind of soft launching all around the country, but they just launched up in like the Kentucky area. They were out at that Laurel Cove Music Festival a few weeks back, and rave reviews so far. We're so excited to be partnering up with them. And yeah, Jam Nation, that's JAMMNation.com. Go check them out.
That is super exciting. Well, should I talk about the other phone call I got this past week?
Oh man, so much news.
I know. So yeah, it looks like you'll be able to see the podcast on Strike TV. And if everybody's familiar with Tommy Mauser, he's been in the business for a long time. We had a long visit. He reached out, so that's in the works also. So I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
about that because he does a lot of good stuff. So yeah, it's like it's just one thing after another. It's just been great
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and good
And the year's
guests.
flying by.
Yeah, it is.
Man, yeah. And speaking of guests, we're booked out super far right now, which, kind of comes and goes in waves depending on how many people are hitting us up or how many, people we're getting on our radar. Or honestly, what it really comes down to is just how busy I am in my personal life. Because usually I can keep the calendar pretty full, but sometimes I fall behind. But right now we've got crazy guests coming up. We had George Dukas this week. Jesus, I don't even remember who else we have. I know we've got Mason Lively coming up, Connor Stevens, Billy Joe Jones, Chuck Weimer, who we've been a friend with for a while. Yeah, a lot more coming up. So
I know. I love it.
keep
I
an
love it.
eye on all of it. And then, oh yeah, this week, Jesus, or sorry, we had George Dukas was the guest that released this week, but this coming week we've got another Bottoms Up series with Chad Malden. We've
Oh
been talking
yes.
about doing that one for quite a while. So that one's a lot of fun. He drops so much knowledge for artists and like kind of just what
Mhm.
to expect when going into the studio, and also things like how to maybe help make the decision on who is the right producer or who you should have on your team. And even some stuff that I had never heard before as far as just advice. So really cool, really informative for young artists who are maybe considering going into the studio for the first time, or even if you've like had bad experiences in studios. This one will really
Mhm.
help give you some clarity on all that.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm just gonna throw this out because this is something I that Kyle and I talk about a lot, and I keep getting hit, but it's like we do have opportunities available on this podcast, and we are more than welcome. Whatever kind of plan we got to put together, because it just so happened that we missed the advertising budget with this event with the Chad Cook Band. There was budget that could have been. Oh, if I would have known, I would have budgeted money with Texas Toast
Mm,
Podcast, Miss Helen. So yeah, so keep us in mind, even for your events and your festivals. We can work some
absolutely.
stuff in. I just want to say that we lost some money there.
All good, no worries. But yeah, absolutely. We're happy to help promote however we can. Our audience, as you know, as a listener of this show, is pretty diverse. We've got music lovers, we've got young artists, we've got
hmm
industry folks, and all kinds of stuff. So we can pretty much niche down to whatever your target audience is, as long as it's revolved around country music. So yeah, please definitely give us a shout. Our email is just texastoastpod@gmail.com, and we'd be happy to make something work for you.
Yeah, get out there, get to some shows,
Shows.
buy some merch. I saw something. Oh, did you see the little meme that says, let's see here. I wrote this down. This was too cute. Concert merch booths feel like the Scholastic book fairs for adults.
Oh my God. That is so
It's
true. Wow. The
priceless.
second you
It's
said
so true.
Scholastic, I had like a crazy flashback. Good
It just made
Lord.
me think of that smell at the book fairs and how you go through and everything be so colorful and you could
Uh,
buy all kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, yeah. So anyway, yeah,
that's
hit the
so
merch tables when you
hilarious.
go to the shows and get in there and dig in and listen to some good music this weekend and especially next week over the Independence Day holiday.
Yeah, and go get you some Texas Toast swag for the Independence Day
Yes.
holiday as well. We got some cool t-shirts, and we've got some fishing shirts on the way that'll be up soon. And there's a nice little leather koozie, so go grab you something.
hmm Yeah. Yeah, I had to have the fishing shirts on there. And girls, I'm
Oh
getting you a
yeah.
color. So don't worry, girls. You're gonna get taken care of too. And that means me too.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I think that's a good note to end on. I feel like we covered a lot. This is what happens when we skip a week. We can't be skipping weeks, I guess.
No, we can't. All
Oh
right,
man.
everyone, have
Alrighty.
a great weekend. Cheers.
Cheers.